This resource is Kahoot. And I chose this resource because it's really easy to use. It's absolutely one of my favorites. It keeps my kids really engaged, and that's who I would use it with. I use it a lot with my students. I've used it a lot this year to review after a science or social studies unit. I've often used it in replacement of taking a test because then I don't have to grade it, and the kids definitely seem more engaged. So this is definitely one of my favorite resources. It's all totally web-based and it's all totally free. All you need to do is create a login because then it's going to save your Kahoots so that you can use them for future reference. So once you go to create.kahoot.it, it's going to pop up and ask you to create a new Kahoot. My favorite type of Kahoot to create is a quiz. So I'm going to create a quiz and I'm going to give it a name so that I can find it really easily when I want to use it with my kids. And then you just simply type in your multiple choice question. And then you can choose to either points or no points question. I always choose points because it keeps my kids competitive. They like to know who's going to win, where they're at. And then you can change the timing for the questions as well. If it's a longer question or it has longer responses, you can make it longer. I find that most of the time 20 seconds is plenty of time. You can drop an image in here to make your quiz more engaging. I don't, and it's just as engaging without any images. Then you simply add your answers. And you choose the correct answer. You can eliminate an answer choice, so if you only want 3 choices, you can choose 3, or you can leave it at 4. That's up to you. And then when you're done with that question, you just simply add another question. When you are done, I'm going to delete this question. When you are finished, you just click Save and Continue. And then it's going to give you some choices just because others can use your Kahoot if they want to. So you can change the privacy settings to public or private. Most of the time I make mine private. And your audience. This just makes it a little bit easier to find if you were to look. You can add a tag if you want to. And then you save. You can give it a cover image. I most of the time don't because I'm creating them really quickly. And then you are finished. So when you click play now, it's going to give you a number. And all the kids have to do is, we use the iPads in our classroom. We can use different devices as well. But like I said, it's all web-based, so they don't even have to download an app. You just go to Kahoot, and then they type in the number, and then it allows them to create their login name, and it even gives them a warning, and it says make sure your name is appropriate, otherwise you can be disqualified. So I really like that part of it as well. But yeah, once they're in, it just asks the question and the kids get to choose. Another part that I really like about this resource is that for my Kahoots I can go back and see exactly who answered what. So if I wanted to take this for a grade, I had one saved down here. If I wanted to take this for a grade, I would come up here and I can look at my results. And then on all of my Kahoots that I have created, I can save their kids' results to my Google Drive. And then when I have this open, then I can see exactly who was their nickname over here, so their student name. I can tell their answers and their correct answers, and then I can also see exactly what answer they chose. So that also gives me an idea as to what they don't understand, so that I can make sure I go back and help those kids out if they have any misconceptions, so that we can see and get those fixed before we take the test. Like I said, this is also a really easy way to give a grade or to see who had no idea what was going on during this lesson. So Kahoot is definitely one of my favorite resources. You can also go to public Kahoots. So there's a lot of Kahoots that have already been created, and you can search for anything that's pertaining to whatever subject matter that you are teaching. I find it really easy to just create my own, and I can use a test that I've already got printed up from a book, and I can just put the test questions in. And a lot of times my kids are so much more engaged with this type of formative assessment than they are with a test, and then I don't have to grade it either, so a lot easier. The two ITSE standards that this one meets would be 2A, which is to design or adapt relevant learning experiences that incorporate digital tools and resources to promote student learning and activity, and also 2D, which is to provide students with multiple and varied formative and summative assessments aligned with content and technology standards and use resulting data to inform learning and teaching.